Ooh, I was too busy rocking. We got to this part kind of quick. Thank you. Good morning. So, as always, my goal is to make sure we leave with something that we can consider an action item because I'm an educator at heart. Can't turn that part off. So, we're going to take a walk through history, and then I'm going to bring us back to the current times, and we're going to leave here hopefully fired up. And in the words of Edith Childs, ready to go. Right? That's our goal. So I want you to think back over some years ago. I'm going to tell you some things that has happened. I'm going to bring it current. An educated, free man walks to the podium and he begins to give a speech covering all of his points. And out of nowhere, someone yells, "You lie!" Joe Wilson said to then President Barack Obama. All right? An educated, free woman walks into a room, demands respect with her poise, disposition, and presence. She has great dignity, educated, intellect just flows from her in every statement that she makes. And yet, Josh Hokett has the nerve to say, in the middle of his celebratory speech, Michelle Obama looks like a man. What he didn't realize was that the joke was on the joker. And what I mean by that, and stay with me here, sometimes what people do is the very thing that they don't possess, they see it in you. And instead of you recognizing what they're doing, they're not insulting you, they're complimenting you. As a man, for him not to feel strong, poised, and dedicated and fierce enough to walk the stages that Michelle Obama has walked, it's an insult to him that he cannot equate to her. So the joke was on the joker. He was laughing, we were laughing at him, and we still are. Hold on, because we went a little further here, because they keep playing in our face. There was a video that circulated depicting the free Obamas as A's. Y'all remember that video? Yeah. And this was to humiliate them. But again, the joke was on the joker. Donald Trump thought he was taking a stab at those free individuals. But I'm going to help transition your frame of thought about Black folks being referred to as A's. Hold tight, because this is a touchy subject. But I think about it a little differently. If you look at the one animal that has transcended through every evolution type adjustment, everything that has happened in the world has evolved. There is one species that has pushed through and made it to the inside every time. That's apes. That's that monkey family. That's that perseverance. In regards to animal intelligence, see, the insult has a compliment, but you got to read to find it. In regards to emotional intelligence for animals, they look at a couple of things. They look at their problem-solving skills, their memory, their social learning, their tool use, and their self-awareness. This is how you determine how smart an animal is. Who do you think ranks in the top 6 of the smartest animals on this planet? 3 different members of that family. 3 different members. I'll help you. Chimpanzees have an IQ score of 90. Gorillas have an IQ score of 86. And the bonobo has an IQ score of 87. They smart. They real smart. They smart enough that no matter what you throw at them, they gonna win. That sound like somebody you know? They've been throwing stuff at us since day one. And we keep doing what? Winning. No matter what it is, we keep surpassing that. So even though these things are meant to be insults, don't take it that way. Now I'm going to show you from a scientific and a biological way. When we look at the evolution of monkeys and apes, that particular family, In the beginning, there was a bonobo and there were chimpanzees, and they ran along the same DNA line. I want you to watch these years. That DNA line split 1 million years ago. And from that split, the human line split from both of those highly educated animals 6 million years ago. What I just told you is that no matter what failed, no matter what ice cap melted, no matter about the Great Depression or anything else, no matter how dry the rainforest got, this particular population made it and didn't look back. 6 million years ago, those descendants, those animals figured out how to make life work. So when you hear somebody refer to you as an ape, it's a compliment. They don't have what it takes to survive. Now I'm gonna die. Wait now. Don't get comfortable and walk up to black folk and call them no ape. But I'm saying that so that black people understand that when it comes down to this, what they think is an insult, it's a compliment. They understand our tenacity. They understand that it ain't a roadblock or a mountain that you can put in our way that we won't surpass. That's what Juneteenth is about. It's about getting knocked down and getting up every single time. It's about never taking the L because we ain't built like that. We built to win. We're going to continue to win. And I'm going to be honest with you. They ought to get tired of this fight because they ought to get tired of getting at the hindwood. But we whoop it every time they come our way. And that's what we'll continue to do here. See, we are used to trials and tribulations. We're used to ups and downs. We've been through hell and high water, and we still made it to the other side. That wasn't just by luck. That was by God. We were built for this. Our superpower, black folk, is your inner strength. It's in your DNA. You ain't got to think it up. You ain't got to wish it up. You already got it. So pull down on it. Don't get discouraged. Pull down on it when you see these things that are coming your way. What I want you to understand is that if the door to opportunity is locked, go through the window. Go through the window. Who told you got to go through that door? Climb through the window. Y'all ever got locked out at your house? Go through the window, right? If the window locked, check with one of your homegirls and see if she got a bobby pin. But somebody you know might can pick a lock. But get yourself on the other side of opportunity and don't let any man-made obstacle stand in your way because you built different. You built for this. You built for this. And this is what you have to understand, that as free people, our ancestors gave us what we didn't even know was coming our way. They fought for things, a tomorrow, that they never got a chance to see. Now that's on us. That's on every one of us. Every one of us got to wake up every day and fight for a tomorrow to be better than the one that you inherited, whether you are here to see it or not. It's about the future. See, when we have all those negative, condescending comments that come from people who see our value, free people like us look on at those, what we would call pathetic, low vibration type of people who keep attacking the very people that they no longer own. I don't think you understand that. They don't own you. You free. You free to make it. You got everything you need internally. And this is what I need for us to understand. We're not waiting on anybody to give us anything. We got it. It's in you. And when it's in you, nobody can take it from you. Now, it's up to you what to do what's in you. So sometimes you got to remind your neighbor that it's in you, and we need to use it. I'm going to tell you how it got in us. See, for us, we have to understand that our ancestors gave us determination. They did. They gave us tenacity. They gave us a type of intellect that might not have been book smarts, but it was that good old common strategic sense. That'll beat book smarts any day. I don't know if you know it or not, but it will. And what we have to do is lean back into that. Do not take pride in saying, I am not my ancestors. I only aim to be my ancestors. I wish I can be as good and as strong as my ancestors were. Because if I could, I would be able to take on everything they throw at me and never look back. So accept where you come from. Be proud of the fight that the ancestors fought, because they fought that fight for you and they never even knew it. And they fought for you anyway. And that's what we do every day. And I want you to know that despite of what you've been told, you have seen over the last decades, more black people receive terminal degrees. We working. We working. You've seen more black entrepreneurs pop up. We business owners. We working. They still calling you apes, but you're business owners. They still saying that you're stupid, but you got terminal degrees, associate's degrees, and you're working in trade fields. You see what's happening? They calling out the thing, and you still surpassing all of that name calling. You have more young black men and women that are graduating high school with associate's degrees than ever before. See, the stumbling blocks ain't working. You're shifting stuff, but it ain't working. We still prevailing. So don't tell me you're not your ancestors, because you are. You just ancestor time 10. You a little bit better. You got a little more resources here. You can do some things. And I'm going to give you a resource. World Metrics said the following. Stay with me. The 4-year completion rate amongst black students increased from 29% to 38% in a 10-year period. The roadblocks ain't working. They ain't working. The black student enrollment gap in higher education has decreased 12%. The gaps that they're trying to throw, the stumbling blocks, they ain't working. They ain't working. Black students make up 14% of all college students, but 18% of first-time college students. Oh, we're going to get that education. We're going to get it. Because remember, if you think about it, the chimpanzee and the gorillas have higher IQs. They smart animals. Take the compliment. The black students in the STEM fields has increased. STEM. That's the big thing now. That is increased by 25% over about a 7-year time frame. So why am I giving you these stats? These stats are important because it lets you know that no matter what has been thrown in our way, we knew, one, that education was the way to go. We knew that. It didn't matter if the education was a 4-year degree or a trade school. We knew you had to learn something. And ain't nothing changed. You still got to learn something in order to fight this war that we're in every day. The number of black doctoral degrees in higher education increased 28%. And here's what I think is really big, and it speaks to what you were saying earlier. From 2017 to 2022, the number of black-owned firms increased by 57%. Let me say this in layman's terms. Anything that you need, you can make it. If you are in a food business, grow a garden. Grow a garden, right? If you're in some type resource desert, pull your resource together with your neighbors. Nothing that they throw at you can keep you held down. It's only about if we recognize our own inner power and do the things that we're supposed to be doing. I need for us to understand that we are not who they call us, but we are who we answer to. You can call me anything. I remember we did a podcast with Bill once, and Bill said something, and I said, they can call me anything, but if they're being disrespectful, they better not forget to put doctor in front of it. It's a way you're going to handle it. And I need for you all to have that same sense of security about yourself. It's a way you're going to let people handle you. You deserve better. You deserve more. Now go get it. And don't ask any questions. Do not allow someone to convince you that taking pride in a project, a very special project that requires special attention, is selfish and standoffish. It's not, because that project is you. Take pride in yourself. Pour into yourself. so that you can be a better someone else to help other people. Do not forget that. And this is the way I think about it. Don't waste time when you're together. At my table, if we ain't talking about investment portfolios, if we ain't talking about how to start a new business, if we're not talking about how to get better on a personal, professional, spiritual, financial level, get up from this table. And don't make me play Jesus and start flipping tables, because I got to get you off of me, because we got to grow. And the only way we going to grow is if we guard what's at our table. Be cautious of what's at your table. It ain't room for everybody. We trying to make a shift, and we can't make that shift unless you check the seats at your table. We don't have time to get ready. We should have been ready. We should have long recognized what it is. It's not that you black. It's that you're capable. It's that you're durable. It's that you're persistent. It's that you're an overcomer. It's that you don't fall down to just anything because you have pride in who you are. Think bigger than that, because that's what it is. And we need to recognize that no matter from point A to point B, what they have thrown at us, we have an inevitability to surpass all struggles, all challenges. That's Juneteenth. That's Juneteenth. You have to understand that it is more important to know what to do when you're free than to know you're free. I'm going to let that one catch up with you. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. Yeah. You can be free all day, but if you don't know what to do with that freedom, you might as well be held captive. So it's our time to prepare our thoughts currently and generations below. Yes, you're free, but what you going to do with your freedom? You're going to start some business. You're going to take pride in your inner and outer self. That's what you're going to do. You're going to show up and support one another. You're going to walk into a room and obtain the respect that you deserve with your head held high, and in the words of my mama, and your back straight. Because we have come to do what we do best, and that's take over. And in closing, I'm going to leave you with a couple of things to remember. If you're a biblical person, you've seen stories in there. It was never about the person who was the fastest. It was never about the person who was the biggest and the strongest. It was about the person who did what, Bishop? Endure. To the end. So I don't know if you know this or not, but that's us. And let me just help you a little bit further. There was only one Omega, and there's only one Alpha. And it ain't us. It ain't us. It ain't us. There was only one Alpha and one Omega. We in the middle, honey. We protected all day through and through. Use that to your ability to move from ground zero to where you want to go next. We just getting started. We just getting started. I want you to know that consistent small moves is what erodes mountains. And I'm going to give you an example. You've been in your house, just built a brand new house. House been there 3 years, you ain't felt nothing. 5 years, something don't feel right. What they come back and tell you, your house is doing what? Selling and shifting. You didn't even know that sand was moving all that time up under you. But them little grains of sand was able to move that foundation and move that house. I'm here to tell you that we them grains of sand. Yeah. We're about to move the foundation. We're about to move the house. We shifted everything from the left to the right. We're not taking no for an answer. So I need us to speak what it is we want into existence and understand that it takes small steps to get there. We've come from a people who are equipped to make nothing into something. We've come from a people who have been oppressed, and we've transcended into a people that our oppressors hate to see coming. I don't know if that did something to y'all, but the very person who thought they had their thumb on our neck realize it's not an elite free. And they kept their thumb on our neck because they saw our potential. And now they fear what can be. So, in the words of one of them good old songs, give the people what the people want. Yeah. If they want to be afraid, help that happen. Grow your businesses. Be involved in the community. Show them that no matter what roadblock they put in your way, they wasn't built for you. You built for better. Yeah. That's Juneteenth. Thank you. Yeah.